What's up, you guys? Happy Saturday. It is Saturday afternoon. I'm in my car. I'm actually about to head to Walmart, but I wanted to shoot this video quickly before I forgot about it. And if you can tell, or you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about the movie Passengers. So gotta set y'all up. I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. Don't judge me. I haven't had a Coke in forever. Hubby brought home a damn box of vanilla Coke and I couldn't resist. So, excuse me. Gosh, strong as hell. Okay. Sorry for how this looks. I'm using my phone. I did bring my camera to shoot this video, but I have this that holds my camera up, and I haven't found a good spot on the dash yet to sit it. It just won't stay, and I don't want to risk it falling or sliding, so I was like, let me just use my phone for the time being. I do have a suction holder, but it's in my other car and I wasn't going to get it, so I apologize, you guys. I told you I wanted to bring a little better quality. 2017, you know, but as of right now, I'm using my phone. It's sunny right now, so it's coming. The video is looking a little yellow-ish. If I have to turn the car on to move this, whatever. Okay, you guys, so the movie Passengers. Hubby and I went to the city yesterday. Hubby was actually cool with me filming because I had asked him before we left. I was like, oh, I might vlog a little bit today. Don't be, acting all shady in front of the camera. He's like, no, I don't care. Do your thing. And I totally forgot all about it. So it was snowing yesterday. We drove halfway into the city, parked my car, and I then we took the train. So I do not drive in the snow. Well, I try not to drive in the snow. If I get caught in it, then there's really nothing I can do. I am a New Yorker. I've lived in New York my whole life, and I do not like driving in the snow. I try to avoid it as much as possible. I will take the train. I will ride with somebody else just to avoid driving in the snow. It is very dangerous up here. It's very dangerous anywhere in the snow, and I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how dangerous the roads are when it's snowing. So yesterday we had a little snowstorm, and it happened as I was driving. So as we're driving into the city going south, it started to snow. So I told hubby, I was like, oh, let's switch. I don't want to drive. He's like, Crystal, you have to get used to freaking driving in the snow, which is true. I just avoid it. But if you get caught in it, there's nothing you could do. You have to continue to drive, right? I can't leave my vehicle in the middle of the road and be like, I'm out. So I, proceeded to drive, and we saw so many terrible accidents, you guys. Like, literally 10 minutes after it started snowing, there was a green, I think it was a Honda, and it had basically skidded across the whole highway and hit a tree. That freaked me out. So of course I'm like, no, I don't want to drive, blah, blah. He's like, yo, just pay attention, do what you gotta do. Fine. I drove maybe 25-30 miles per hour basically for like 45 minutes because I was not trying to, have my car skidding across the street or the road or whatever. And I have all-wheel drive, but people, it doesn't matter what type of car you drive. I don't care if you have all-wheel drive, if you have snow tires. These things make a difference in the handling of your car, but you still can skid across the damn road. You just have better control of your car if you know what you're doing. But anyway, then a little further up, we saw on the opposite direction there was a tractor trailer that had hit a car. Oh, it was just so bad. So I was pretty nervous the whole way. We get to halfway point and park my car, hop on a train into the city. So I haven't been on a train in a really long time. I was going to film it, and then I was like, I don't want to be obnoxious. There's a lot of people on a train. And like I said, in New York, people are fucking nosy, and they're going to be all in your shit like, oh, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't have the time for that. So I decided not to pull the camera out, and we just chilled. Hubby was reading, and I was just like relaxing. So when we get to the city, it was still snowing. It wasn't snowing super hard, but it was still snowing. Neither one of us had like an umbrella. I had a scarf that I was able to kind of wrap around my head, but I do not remember seeing snow in the forecast, because if I did, I probably would have worn a different coat. Thank God I had boots on. But anyway, so we get to the city. We had to go pick up something. Did that, and then we were deciding if we wanted to eat and catch a movie. So the movie we wanted to see was Hidden Figures, about the African American women astronauts, right? Went to the movies. The lines were ridiculous. If you're from New York, you know we don't usually go to 42nd, because that's like a tourist area. It's always super crowded. There's a bunch of tourists. It's just like a headache. But we were in that area. It was the closest movie theater, and the movie was gonna start playing not too long after we had eaten. We went to this place, I think it was called Smokehouse or something like that, but it was like a really cool burger spot, and it was good, but it was like a little hole in the wall. But hubby found it on his phone. We ate, and then we tried to catch this movie. So we go, and hubby's standing on one line, I'm standing on another line, and none of these lines are moving. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So apparently the machines where you can buy your tickets, they were malfunctioning. And this is new in New York, where you can pick, well, new to me, where you can pick your seat. So you pick the movie, the theater will pop up, and it'll show you which seats are available. Now, when I went to California for the first time, and we were hanging out and we went to the movies, you got to pick your seat. And I thought that was like kind of cool. But they also had like people serving you food and shit like that. So I was like, oh, okay. But in New York, like, I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't like the concept of having to pick your seat. Basically, every seat we picked, somebody had already purchased the seat, and then you have to start over. It was just a pain in the ass. So Hidden Figures, there were 2 seats available, but they were not together. And I'm like, I'm not sitting watching this movie without you. You're going to sit somewhere, I'm going to sit somewhere else. I'm like, that's dumb. So we were like, whatever, let's just go home. And then he was like, no, you said you wanted to see a movie, so let's pick something else, right? Hubby's very picky. Very, very, very picky. So we're scrolling through the movies. He's like, no. So then Passengers came up, and I think it was starting like a half an hour after that. And I'm like, oh, let's check this one out. I heard it's supposed to be good. He was like, what is this about? So I kind of like told him what it was about or whatever. And he's like, all right, whatever. We'll just watch it. And so what happened is we ended up just settling to see Passengers, and the only show that they had available was in 3D. So the tickets were $20 a piece. $20 a piece. I mean, I haven't been to a movie that was that expensive. I don't know, ever, right? And it's in the city, so whatever. So hubby's like, whatever. So he pays for it. First set of seats we pick, you guys, they're not available. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, this gotta be some bullshit. But then he's like, I'm gonna try one more time. If we can't get no seats, then that's it. I was like, cool. So the second set of seats we picked, they were available, but they were like really close to the front. But I was like, F it. Let's just do it. We're here. We've been standing here all this long time. So we pick our seats. We get to our theater, and they have like on the floor. Now, I may sound like crazy. Maybe you guys, this is normal, but I just never have done this in the movie theater in New York. But the floors had like A through Z or whatever, and then the seats are numbered. So you obviously will sit where your ticket says, you know, like on an airplane. Didn't like it though. I really, I want to be, if I'm early in a movie theater, then I want to be able to sit wherever I want to sit. But what happens is people can buy their tickets online, and they can pick where they want to sit. And so even if you're there early, if they already paid for their seats online, then you can't sit there. So anyway, we were sitting up pretty close, but it wasn't like so ridiculous where, you know, you felt like you couldn't really enjoy the movie. So we got our 3D glasses, we sit down, we watch, a half an hour worth of movies that are coming, which they have a lot of good movies coming, actually, which is good. I like going to the movies, but I feel like it's so expensive and what a waste. We had eaten already, so we weren't hungry. All right, you guys, there's going to be a little drama in this. I'm about to tell y'all from beginning, basically, to end. So, the coming attractions are playing, right? While the coming attractions are playing, the movie theater is still lit so people can come and see where they're going to be sitting. Okay. When we first got to our seats, there was no one in our row. And then hubby, two people started to sit next to him. And then, like, when the movie was just about to start, this fucking couple sit next to me. Now, I am a very courteous and patient person. This woman sits down. Well, the lights are dimming now, right? She's very big. I mean, very, very big. And fine, whatever. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you need to be aware of your body and your bag and all that. This lady had no care in the world. She comes, she plops her ass down in the seat next to me. Now, my arm was already on the armrest, right? Okay. She comes, she's literally squeezing me. She's not saying, excuse me. She's not, again, aware, or maybe she is and she just don't give a hell. She had like a book bag on and a coat on. She's taking her book bag off. She hits me. She doesn't say, excuse me. I don't say anything. I'm being very patient. Okay, you're late to the movie. You're out of breath. All right, whatever. She eventually gets her book bag off and her coat off, right? And now she's stuffing her coat like in between her and the chair, but she's pushing her shit more towards my seat. So now I have like this uncomfortable feeling of her fat coat, her puffy coat against my leg, right? Whatever. I move or scooch a little bit to the left to be closer to my husband to give her some more room, right? But I still have my arm on the armrest. All right, fast forward, coming attractions, right? Her and her boyfriend or husband, whoever he was, they were freaking extra loud. Like, they kept talking. Shut the fuck up. That's really what I wanted to say. But I just kind of like turned and did, like a look. She acted like she didn't see me, but she saw me. So they quiet down. They fucking got the biggest bag of popcorn ever. And they're loud. They're loud with their chewing. They're like making a bunch of noise. I'm like so irritated already. And the movie has not even started. All right. And she's like, I don't know if she's sick or something, but she's like making all these noises with her sinuses. And I was like, all right, this is going to be a long ass movie. So she's eating her popcorn, but she's like kind of, like I said, she was kind of big. And I guess the boyfriend, he was like hogging the popcorn, so she keeps reaching over. But every time she's reaching over, like her coat is under her leg, but it's like pushing against me, so it's like pulling from underneath me every time she reaches to get a fucking handful of popcorn. So she's get the popcorn and she's like stuffing like the whole wad of popcorn in her in her mouth at once. Fucking popcorn's falling on the chair, on my fucking leg. Again, not one time did she say excuse me. Did she say sorry? She had no fucks to give, right? I told myself, I said, you know what, Crystal? It doesn't even matter. You're in a movie theater, you're sharing a space. As long as she don't get too close to you, just deal with it. Fine. Once I mentally tell myself something, I can deal with anything. So then, all right, movie starts, you guys. Passengers, all right? So I saw the previews a while ago, and I actually thought it looked really, really good. Now, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the movie, and I will leave.
Warning, I am sharing bits and pieces of the movies. They're not really spoilers, but I do give away some of the movies. So if you don't want to know anything, fast forward or skip this part.
Leave the trailer in the description bar if you want to check it out for yourself. Okay, so the movie basically is about this ship that this company has that people have bought into to go to another planet that is not Earth. It's like Earth 2. And it's 5,000 people that have been put onto this ship, but it's going to take them 90 something years to get to Earth 2. So in the meantime, obviously, they're not going to be on this ship for 90 something years, because that would mean they would age. It would be a lot of, things that come along with that. They put them in so they won't age, and their health stays intact. They put them into these pods, and these pods are supposed to keep them alive at their age that they are, so they're not going to age as this ship is going to take 90 something years to get to this next planet. And this pod is supposed to be foul proof. Like, they're supposed to be kept alive all this time and healthy by the time they get to this next planet, right? Okay, shit sound crazy as hell, because I mean, really, it's gonna take them 90 something years to get to another planet, and they put all their trust into this company that says this is gonna work. All right, as we all know, with anything that's like electronic or robot ran, there's no humans, there's always room for error, right? And of course, something happens. One guy pod ends up malfunctioning. Now, the ship is supposed to be able to repair any like malfunctions, but somehow this one guy out of these 5,000 people, his pod did not repair itself. And what happens is he ends up waking up before it's time. So he wakes up and he's all excited because he's thinking like they're almost there, and you know, it's going to be a new world, new adventure, blah, blah, blah. So once he finds out that, nope, he got about another 80 something years to go before they get to this planet, he starts to freak out, because now he realizes that he's the only one that's awake. The crew, they're in a separate section of the ship that's been closed off, and they were supposed to wake up like a little earlier than the passengers, but they're all still asleep. Okay, they got 80 something years to go. He starts to panic, because now it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna die, because he's already, if I would have to guess, I would say he was in his 30s. So 80 something more years, he might not be alive, and he's gonna be basically on this ship alone, and he starts to panic. So I'm not gonna tell you everything, but things get very interesting on this ship, you know, because now he's dealing with the mental capacity of what do I do, how can I save myself, you know, he's looking at the manuals and trying to figure out, can he put himself back to sleep and all this jazz. And things get, you know, a little bit crazy, and he decides to do something that kind of alters everything else on the ship. All right, you guys. So movie's good. You know, the 3D looks pretty good. The freaking lady who is sitting next to me is dropping her fucking popcorn crumbs on my leg and wiping her hands on my coat. Okay, so I had enough, right? So I go, excuse me. And she's like, she doesn't even like say yes or whatever. She kind of just turns her face and looks at me. I go, yeah, you might want to stop dropping your crumbs on me. She goes, what? And I go, yeah, you're dropping your popcorn crumbs on me. I don't know if you realize, but my leg is like right here, and you're wiping your hands. This is my coat. Because her coat, again, remember, stuffed in between our chairs, instead of her like folding it or whatever. No, she just like stuffed. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, or whatever. And I go, yeah, okay, just so you're aware. And then she goes and whispers something to her fucking man or whatever, and he kind of like laughs. And then my husband's like, what happened? So I was like, nothing, I got it, don't worry, I took care of it or whatever. And she's so nasty, like she's wiping her hands like in her hair now, after she like puts her hand in the bucket of popcorn, this buttery popcorn she stuffs in her mouth. Then where's the napkins? Like, did they forget to get napkins? Like, I had a whole pocket full of napkins that I wanted to fucking gift to her, but she, instead of her wiping her hands like on a napkin, or well, she thought she was wiping her hands on her coat when she was wiping her hands on my fucking coat, she starts to wipe her hands in her hair. Oh my God, I was so grossed out. It was disgusting. And then after she wipes her hands through her hair, she starts licking her fucking fingers. What is wrong with you? Like, it was so disgusting. I'm like, people are strange. I don't know. You have to remember that these fucking people are just weird. Everybody's different. I don't know, but it was nasty. And then she smelled like sour, you know, like your clothes didn't dry properly, or your hair is not clean, or like I was terrible. If the movie wasn't good, that would have been like a horrible night for me or whatever. So just when I thought the movie was over or about to be over, it takes like a turn for the worse, right? And everybody's like on the edge of their seats, like, oh my god, like what is about to happen? Like, is this person gonna die? Like, I don't want to tell you guys, because if you're gonna go see it, I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but there was one scene where it was just like, wow, like, no, this can't be happening. And of course somebody saves the day and it plays out, and they leave a little room for there to be a part 2. So like I said, check the description bar and see the trailer if you're interested. It is in the movie theaters as of right now, so you guys go check it out. I did think it was good. I saw it in 3D. Not that you have to see it in 3D, obviously. I don't even know if they offer it regular. That was the only option at that movie theater, was 3D. But it was pretty cool to see it 3D, because it kind of felt like you were out in space and all that sort of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I just wanted to share a little bit of the movie and a little bit of the movie night experience with you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video. After this, I'm gonna shoot a quick update video for the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.